This is chapter 2, limits to measurement, and we'll be doing lesson 1. And we're going to be looking at mostly accuracy and precision in 2.1. But for lesson 1, we are going to review how to convert units. So in the SI unit conversion system, the prefixes tell you the relationships between numbers. And for measurements of length, the base unit is meters. And the lengths or the following ones in the table are equivalents. So here's 1 meter. A decameter is 0.1 of a meter. Hectometer is 0.01 of a meter. And a kilometer is 0.001 of a meter. A decimeter, there's 10 of them in a meter. There's 100 centimeters in a meter and 1,000 mils in a meter. And this chart right here is going to be super important for you throughout this unit. Okay. So example 1, use the table of prefixes on the previous page to calculate the following conversions. Now, the easy ones for you are going to be the ones that involve either turning something into meters or going from meters into a different unit, such as B. And I'm going to show you before I start, there's the move the decimal way to do things. But what I'm going to show you is a way that just never fails. And like, you don't really have to think about it as hard with the decimal. I find moving the decimal a little bit confusing. So this setup will work every single time. Okay. So for example, A, and I'm just going to do the first one, even though the solution's down here, but they do it the same way I do. So if you're going from kilometers into meters, write down 65 kilometers, put a multiply and a division sign, an equal sign, and we are trying to turn this into meters and leave a little space there. Okay? Now what we're going to do is use the table from the previous page and multiply some numbers here, and then we should end up with meters as our answer. So if we go to the other page, what we need to have happen is we need the kilometers to cancel. So by putting kilometers on the bottom, it's going to cancel these kilometers here with 65. Meters is what we want in the end, so they end up on top. Okay? Now, go to your table, and where is kilometers? 0.001 and 1 meter. Okay? So 1 meter and 0.001. Now, I know there is the other way you could do it. You could have 1,000 meters over 1 kilometer. You can also do that. Both ways will work as long as you have it set up like this, where the one you want to get rid of, which is kilometers, is on the bottom. It doesn't matter if you use 1,000 over 1 or what I have here from the table. It does not matter. Okay? And what happens is the kilometers cancel, and then you just multiply and divide in this order. Okay? So if I go 65 times 1 divided by 0.001, you will end up with the right meters if you go in that order. And we end up with 65,000. Okay? So remember, 65 times the top divided by the bottom. So as long as you have that table, you should be able to solve a lot of these. Okay? Um, and I'm going to do these ones here instead of looking at the solution, because they do it the same way I do. So I'm going to write down 12,000 meters, or sorry, 1,200 meters, multiply. We want meters to cancel, and we want to be left with kilometers. So kilometers goes on the top and over here, because that's ultimately what we want. Then I'm going to go to that table, write in the numbers. So I have 0 0.01, 0.001 over 1 meter. Okay. And again, as long as you have it set up like this, it'll work every single time. 1,200 times 0.001 divided by 1, and we should get our answer. And it should come out to 1.2. Okay. The next one, DM. It's over here. Don't get it confused with decameter. They're different. So here's decimeter. So it's a 1 to 10. Okay. 400. I want the decimeters gone. I want to turn it into meters. Meters over here. Okay. Go to my table. 1 over 10. Decimeters cancel. 400 times 1 divided by 10 should come out to 40 meters. Now, if you want to do the move the decimal style, I will come show you in person. It's a lot easier because you'll probably have some questions about where is it, where does it start, how do I move it left or right, when do I move it left or right, how many times do I move it. It can get a little bit confusing, so I will do that in person if that's what you like. The tougher ones are these ones because we have millimeters to hectometers, millimeters to kilometers. And what I suggest for these ones is that you turn them into meters because all these conversions are in relation to the meter. And then once you turn it into meters, turn it into whatever you want after that. Okay? Again, if you want me to show you the move the decimal style, I can come show you. So for D, I will show you their work here because they have more room. So for D, they did it this way. They said 1 hectometer in 100,000 millimeters. Okay. That's not on our table. We don't have 1 to 1,000, right? This is all you see. Okay. It's not there. So the alternative step here. Take the mils, turn them into meters. So they have it set up like I do. They want meters, millimeters on the bottom, and it's a 1 to 1,000. Millimeters cancel. 5,600 times 1 divided by 1,000 is 5.6 meters. Then they take this, put it here, and they want to turn it into hectometers. So meters on the bottom this time, because you want to get rid of it. You want to be left with hectometers. 5.6 times 1 over 100, 0.056 hectometers. Okay, so this whole thing is based off of this table here. Okay, so it's all based off of the meter. And if you do it in steps, then you'll be able to use that table. Okay, E, same thing. We're going from mils into kilometers, and they found a conversion here. Okay, but that again is not on your table, so you'd either have to figure that out or look it up. So here it is in multiple steps. So you have 98, that'd be billion millimeters, okay? And we're going to turn it into meters. And they cancel. So 98 billion times 1 divided by 1,000 puts it into meters. Then take that 98 million meters, bring it over here, and we're going to finally turn it into kilometers. Based off our table, it's 1 kilometer over 1,000 meters. Okay. Actually, when I just checked that, I think they used a different one. Yeah. Now, everyone knows usually that there's 1,001 kilometer because it's a known metric, but I'll just do the table version. Okay. And if you're familiar with this, then do that. Okay. But I'm just going to use the table if you need to rely on it. So 0.001 kilometers over 1 meter. That would be from our table. Cancel the meters, and you're still going to get the same answer. So if you go 98 million times 0.001 and then divide by 1, you're still going to get the same answer. Okay, that is lesson 1. And I will do lesson 2, build your skills, numbers 1 and 2. And I suggest you take some attempts at them and then watch the video and check your work.